The United Nations rarely points fingers directly to a sitting president, but this time, they have sounded the alarm. According to the UN, Kenya's involvement with dangerous militia groups like Rapid Support Forces, that is RSF in Sudan, and its political games with Jubaland risk destabilizing the entire East Africa region.
Kenya. This is a face of a very scared man. And I don't know what is going on in our country. I don't know whether the president is the one allowing this or is not aware of what is happening in Mandera.
Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your country is no longer in your own hands. Foreign militia groups are roaming freely inside your country. Your leaders are busy smiling in front of cameras, busy making deals for their pockets, while the rest of us are just living in fear. That is not a movie. That is what is unfolding right now in Kenya.
Right now, as I'm talking to you, right now, Mandera is under siege. There is militia there called the so-called Jubaland that they are even turning schools. Pali watoto wanafaa kwenda kujifunza. They are turning them into training camps. You get this? Hawa watu wanatrain, unafikiria wanatrain wakitolewa wapi? These are the young men and women of Mandera.
This is not just about politics. This is about the survival of a nation. The UN, international partners, and even our own leaders like Rigathi Gachagua have consistently warned that Ruto's dangerous alliances and reckless focus on power are putting Kenya on the edge of disaster.
Salam guys, things are boiling in Mandera. Now before I tell you the Mandera story and how bad it is, Kenya, we are at a quagmire between Jubaland and Somalia. This shuttle diplomacy that we are playing might get us into trouble. The saddest thing is we cannot keep our noses out of our neighbors' business. Al-Shabaab, does it sound familiar? Now let us move to Mandera. Mandera, things are so bad. Exams are coming up, national exams are coming up. Schools are being occupied by Jubaland forces. Water, no water supply. Mashambas taken, locals being killed. Come on, what is happening in Mandera?
While Kenyans cry about food prices, joblessness, and insecurity, the president is busy chasing deals with armed groups like RSF, gambling with Jubaland politics, and thinking about his re-election in 2027. But the question is simple. Why is Ruto ignoring the real problems that matter to Kenyans? And how much danger are we really in? Al-Shabaab has terrorized our borders for years. And now, Jubaland forces, who should be protecting Somali, are being accused of crossing into Mandera and taking over Kenyan schools as camps.
Majama, mimi naambia ni Bulanda, uko Mandera, mambo inachacha. Sisi mrenga mnazikiche hapa, inasemekana ni za Jubaland Army Forces. Wako area wapi? Area Mandera. Wanakula tu lap mdagi bila pressure. Mimi nakwambia noma, inasemekana hao jamaa walifukuzwa kutoka huko Somali. Juma Boko hiyo area walikuwa wamechacha, maboko wenyewe kwa nini wako kwa Somali Army walikuwa wamechacha. Sasa nakwambia walivurugamo ama manman kabaki kufanya nini? Wameingia area yetu. Inachacha. Gava yetu sasa inafaa pia kwetu iko rada.
These are not small threats. These are armed groups with real power. And instead of pushing them back, the Kenyan government is accused of playing deals behind closed doors.
Kenya is a sovereign country. We have a constitution and we have the rule of law. We must uphold, respect, and protect our constitution. These are all words that have been said by our current president. Yet, we have Jubaland forces roaming around freely in one of our counties within our borders. What does that say?
Why would a president risk the lives of millions of his own citizens? The answer is simple: politics. William Ruto has only one dream, a second term. Every single decision, every alliance, every handshake comes down to one thing: 2027.
Kila mtu ajipange. Mimi najipanga hii uchaguzi tutakutana. Si ndio? Hakuna problem. Pale 2027 tutafanya mtihani na hawa wananchi. Na kila mtu atakuja na kazi yake amefanya. So hakuna haja ya kusumbuana hapa katikati. Wacha tungoje hii mtihani, kila mtu afanye hii mtihani tuone nani wa kupita, nani wa kuanguka.
And while he focuses on keeping power, Kenyans are left behind. Farmers are crying because fertilizer is not available. Hospitals are empty of medicine. University students are out of school because of endless strikes and inability to afford tuition. But instead of fixing these problems, Ruto is busy chasing international deals that bring him campaign money and influence. Rigathi Gachagua has warned that Ruto's government is too close to dangerous groups. But instead of listening, Ruto's team laughed him off and dismissed him as a tribalist.
Nimeona Wasomali wanalia kila mahali. Jubaland forces have occupied a better part of Mandera. Nimeona hata governor wa Mandera akizungumza akilia. Na mimi nashangaa what has happened between yenye Rigathi alisema na yenye sahi. Munalia nini? Nyinyi mlionyeshwa kuchukia Rigathi Gachagua hata wakati anazungumza ukweli na wakati anajaribu kusave Kenya. Nyinyi mlionyeshwa na hawa viongozi wenu wafisadi wakora ya kwamba Rigiji is tribal and anything that he is talking is tribal. Hata hiyo ya Al-Shabaab na Jubaland forces. Mimi ni waambie wa Somali, kabla hawa wakora wafike Murang'a, wafike Nyeri kwa Rigiji, wafike Kirinyaga, wafike Kiambu, watakuwa wamemalizana na nyinyi Mandera na Garissa na Marsabit.
Biaga, if you doubt Gachagua, doubt him at your own risk, especially we Kenyans, kwa sababu the guy has information. Now let me tell you, it's a very critical information that his serikali imeassume that can put us in a very big mess, in a very big risk.
Let's not pretend. For Ruto, it's all about money. Reports have linked his government to deals with RSF, including possible arms trade and gold connections. And in Jubaland, supporting leaders who guarantee Kenya's influence also guarantee Ruto's access to resources and power.
The civil war that is happening uko Sudan. For months, the Kenyan government, yes, wacha nikuwe clear, the Kenyan government imekuwa ikifuel the war there.
Ask yourself, when was the last time you saw the president launch a big project that changed your life? Compare that to how many foreign trips, closed-door deals, and political rallies he attends every single week. It's clear he doesn't care about Kenyans, he cares about power and the money that fuels it.
Tumeona ya kwamba nchi yetu imevamiwa by troops from foreign countries. Pale Mandera, they have occupied more than half of the town. Waliua watu 5, 7 people have been injured, and many people have been displaced, including schools.
The problem is, these games have real consequences. When Jubaland forces cross into Mandera and occupy schools, it's our children who suffer. When Al-Shabaab grows stronger, it's ordinary Kenyans who are bombed in buses and churches. When RSF gets weapons and gold through shady deals, it's Kenya that risks international sanctions and diplomatic isolations. And once sanctions come, the economy will collapse even further. Prices of unga, fuel, and basic needs will skyrocket. Investors will run away. Jobs will vanish, all because of one man's obsession with a second term. The UN warning is not just a statement, it's a red flag. They are telling Kenya, stop playing with fire. Focus on your people, secure your borders, respect international law, or else billions of innocent Kenyans will pay the price. But will Ruto listen, or will he brush it off? Just like he brushes off every criticism from opposition leaders and Kenyans themselves. Kenyans must ask themselves, is this the leader we want to trust with our own future? A president who gambles with our security, ignores our pains, and chases money and politics while we suffer. The international community has spoken, Gachagua has spoken, the people have spoken. But the question is, will Ruto ever put Kenyans first? Or will his dangerous gamble with Jubaland and militia groups push Kenya into disaster? This is bigger than politics. This is about the survival of our very nation. And if the government doesn't change course, the UN warning may become reality, and millions of Kenyans will suffer for the selfish dreams of one man. Subscribe.
So you want to tell us that Somali can invade Kenya? You want to tell us that Somali can colonize us Kenyans? Because this issue of Jubaland into Kenya, it's raising a lot of concern. How did these terrorists get as far as Isiolo? Where is the army? Where is the president? What is he saying? It's not just declaring at your sense a state of emergency at an imminent attack from the Al-Shabaab and you're just seated there doing nothing. We have to see action. We have to see anti-terror groups. We have to see what is happening to Kenya right now. Wezi niambia ati Al-Shabaab wako Kenya na hakuna shughuli inaendelea. Yaani tunaambiwa tu tukairada ati kunaweza atakiwa. Sasa hiyo ni nini bana? Sasa nataka kuniambia Somali inaweza kuja itugeuzie ama